Okay. Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi. Welcome to Syed Ibrahim Podcast. This morning, kita nasib baik sekali lagi dapat bersama-sama dengan Syed Akbar Ali, seorang penganalisa, penulis, pengkritik, peniaga, pengusaha, macam-macam jawatan ataupun pekerjaan yang dilakukan oleh Syed Akbar, seorang yang banyak pengalaman untuk bercakap mengenai ekonomi kita. Welcome, Syed. Welcome to.
Thank you, Datuk. Thank you very much.
This is our second show.
Yes.
Jadi saya ingin sambung balik ataupun sambung perbincangan awal kita mengenai Kongres Bumiputra. Kita ni bukan tiap-tiap tahun, tapi bila kita ada naik angin, kita adakan Kongres Bumiputra, Malay Economic Congress. Ya. Jadi tahun ini Perdana Menteri telah membuat keputusan untuk mengadakan Kongres Bumiputra pada penghujung bulan ini, kalau tak silap saya lah. Tapi beliau menyerahkan tanggungjawab itu kepada UMNO. Jadi agaknya UMNO lah yang the driving force behind this the new economic congress, Bumiputra Economic Congress. So, before we come to this one, kalau boleh Syed Akbar cerita sedikit lah untuk maklumat pendengar dan yang kurang biasa sangat dengan Kongres Bumiputra ini. Apa yang berlaku sebelum ini? Apakah kejayaan dan apakah kegagalan kongres-kongres ini sebelum ini?
Terima kasih, Datuk. Sebenarnya this is the yang nombor 7 actually. Kongres Ekonomi Bumiputra Economic Congress. Bagi saya lah, I think the first one which was held in 1965 yang impact yang paling besar to the Malay economic agenda, Malay community, the society as a whole lah. Because tahun 1965, 59 tahun sudah, the first Bumiputra Economic Congress, antara usul which was carried out was the setting up of some of the Bumiputra agencies which were quite have a very huge impact. RIDA, which became MARA, I think. And then also the proposal to set up Bank Bumiputra Malaysia lah, Bank Bumiputra. That was in the first Bumiputra Economic Congress. After that, after 1965, there have been, I think, six other Bumiputra Economic Congress. The second one was 68. And then New Economic Policy 71 tak kira lah. 1980 there was one, the third Bumiputra Economic Congress, 92. And then there was a break from 92 sampai September 2018 after the BN had fallen. There was a fifth Bumiputra Economic Congress. And then shortly, 2 tahun after that, September 2020, there was the Malay Consultative Council. They had a congress which was, it was recognized as another Bumiputra Economic Congress lah, September 2020. So now this is actually number 7. So to answer a bit of your question just now, we remember the first lah, even old guys like me and seniors like you will remember, but I think few people remember the remaining 5 in between lah, number 7. Because I think, as you alluded just now, it has become it's a political playbook lah, and it is run by UMNO. This is a UMNO baby. Kongres Ekonomi Bumiputra ni memang is part of UMNO's playbook for a long time. So you cannot, susah nak deny lah, political expediency, fishing for boats, that kind of stuff. So but what I would like to say is that walaupun banyak kali kongres, Timbalan Perdana Menteri dia kata one of the objectives of this Kongres Ekonomi Bumiputra is untuk memperkukuhkan agensi-agensi Bumiputra yang telah ditubuhkan sejak 1965, 59 years ago. But you know, for example, Bank Bumi dah tak ada. You know, it has disappeared. And we are not fully happy with all the policies over the last 50 years. And jangan lupa, UMNO lost the elections in 2018. Despite all this Kongres, Bumiputra agenda and economy and all that, dua kali dah UMNO very severely endorsed against them, and negative endorsement against UMNO 2018 and 2022. So I think it's time to rethink the whole issue lah. Kalau lepas 59 tahun from 1965 kita nak memperkukuhkan all these old ideas when you have already lost, here I'm addressing UMNO lah, you have already lost the elections twice. I think you need some serious rethink, about the whole issue of this Malay agenda, why it is not delivered to the community. The first thing that it is not fully delivered to the community, and the follow-up from that, the byproduct from that, the side effect lah, UMNO hilang kuasa politik lah. So it needs a serious soul searching. I spoke to somebody the other day, a former minister like you lah. So the person said, kalau nak ulang balik apa yang dibuat all this while, same old, no changes, then it's a waste of time. So I see this as a constant, the danger lah, the threat. And you do all these things, tapi kalau dasar tak berubah, and you do not realize that dah dua kali kalah, and we also do not realize that how much of the agenda we have not achieved over the last 50 years. We have to be serious about it. So it will just be doing more of the same thing, and then macam Einstein kata, do the same thing again and again, hoping that maybe inshallah next time we'll get it right.
Okay. Now I just want to interject sekejap, Syed. Why is this thing about, I can understand lah 60-an, 70-an, you talk about Malay agenda. And then as you said, kalah pun election. UMNO's performance since 2013, dropping. Kalah 2018, kalah. Why don't they talk about Malaysian agenda, for example lah, Why is this obsession with Melayu ni? I think I rasa modal ni dah tak begitu sesuai lah. Because let me tell you this lah, I noticed like Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
economy is getting better, the country is getting stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is because I think they really changed their way of doing things. Their politics changed, and the Indonesian development is more inclusive. Or in China, Indonesia has got about 12% Chinese, and they control maybe 70% of the economy. So, and I'm sure this is the same here. So why is it that we don't have the Chinese or the Indians and everybody else and talk about Malaysian agenda?
Well, Indonesia, the Indonesian pribumi population has got an overwhelming majority lah. They are big, although there is a very influential Chinese minority, tapi the Chinese minority is very small. They don't feel threatened. Just like in Singapore. Singapore, you have 75% lebih Chinese, and Malays and Indians are 15% and less in total. So the Chinese in Singapore don't feel threatened. The equation in Malaysia, of course, is a bit more rancak lah, because Malays, Bumiputras, the number is between 60-70%. But if you just take Malays alone in Semenanjung, the numbers are even smaller than that lah, because we're not counting Sabah and Sarawak yet. So the feeling of being under threat is the threat profiles, the political threat profiles are different than Indonesia and Singapore. But nevertheless, in the beginning, in the 60s, bila kita buat all this dasar economy in the 60s, in dasar economy baru in the 1970, it is just 13 years after Merdeka, 57 Merdeka. Our country was really raw lah. I mean, really
Ya,
Western.
memang.
Apa ni, not Western, apa ni, frontier kind of country. Jalan tak ada, the towns are small, orang pun sikit, and then we have threats, we have this communist insurgency, we have Indonesia coming after us, we just survived the Second World War. It was a brand new country, like everything was new, so people, learning curve lah, so a lot of fears, takut, our leaders did what they thought at the time was appropriate lah.
Yeah.
But now 50 over years have gone by, things have changed, dah tak sama dah.
Yeah.
Dulu kan, I'll be very frank, dulu the kaum, the immigrant races lah, especially let's say from India and all that kan, masa tu kan, people get on the boat and go back to India, It is quite a normal thing to do. But ever since then, in the late 60s, 70s, no more already. The Indians are fully settled down here.
Yeah.
The Chinese, since Mao Zedong closed the Chinese, they closed their country since the Communist Revolution 1949, all Chinese had to stay wherever they were in Malaysia, Singapore, India. No such thing as going back,
Yes.
So these are the people, in the 60s maybe, they might have had different ideas kan, that we don't really belong here, we are going to go back to our country and all that. Tapi sekarang, that equation dah tak ada dah. Everybody is born here, raised here, and they are as much Malaysian as anybody else lah. So we have to change accordingly. Benda-benda yang kita rasa threat profile tahun 60-an, 70-an, we have to relocate. Because now, when you live together in a country dengan pelbagai orang, no matter what is your race, we are inevitably, inextricably linked to each other.
Yes.
If your productivity drops, it's going to affect mine too.
Yeah.
I become poorer.
Yeah.
If, like Dr. Mahathir used to say last time, enrich thy neighbor kan. Kalau neighbor is not rich, then you have problems with the other neighbors.
Yeah.
If the neighbor becomes wealthier, the others also will prosper lah. We are interlinked. If one part of the economy or the society is doing very well, they will tend to pull everybody with them. If one part is not doing so well, they will pull down everybody else. So we are interconnected.
Yes.
So this is what we have to rejig the equation lah. So how the new economic policy was set up, it was political. After 1969, we have those issues, the old issues lah. Dia dasar yang kita buat ni, although we are talking about Bumiputra Economic Congress, but it has perpetuated these policies lah. Lebih pada, it's more like us against them kind of thinking, which is what you are mentioning just now lah. That has to change lah.
Yeah, but it seems that we are going to before we stop my reaction to that is like it's our leaders who tries to keep alive this us against them punya politic, because I think they think that is the best way to get votes, and I think this is very short-sighted, because as you said, as you rightly pointed out, the Malay groupings, whether UMNO, not getting stronger.
No, they've lost twice.
Right. So why are there Malay leaders still talking about this? So this is what we're going to explore a bit more. Jadi sekarang ni kita take a short break. I'll come back to Syed Akbar a bit more on this new economic policies and Congress for the Malays. Thank you.